Hey loves, how's it going? Good to have you here. And today I am going to share with you a hard truth. And the reason why I need you to know this is because it changes everything. It changes the way you see the world, interact with the world, especially with yourself, your body, and your love life, your intimate life. So I need you to know this, even though it is a really challenging truth to hear. And I know this to be true for myself the first time that I started to notice that, notice what I'm going to share with you and discover it. But it changed my life. So I want to share it with you as well. And it's the very fact of noticing how you talk to yourself, meaning that if there's something that you are extremely frustrated with in your relationship, in your intimate life, in the way that you're being touched by your partner, if you are frustrated and feel like you're not getting the thing that you want or need or crave inside, you're not being fulfilled, you're not being nourished in the way that you desire to be, I would go as far to say that there's a very good chance that is something that you are either not giving to yourself or that you are giving to yourself the thing that you don't want. And I know this can be really hard, and I'm not here to blame anybody. No, that is not what I stand for. I stand for truth and honesty and self-love, and this is where this is coming from. So I'm going to give you an example. Imagine you're being stroked in a way that doesn't feel good. And instead you would rather have something different, but you feel uncomfortable, so you don't say anything and you just want to please the other person. Or maybe even you're touching yourself and the whole time you're like yelling at yourself inside. There's a voice inside, an inner critic that is saying that you're not good enough, you don't look good, you don't smell good, you don't taste good, all of these things. There's a very high chance that is also what is coming up for you during your own self-pleasuring practice or when you're alone with yourself. So I just want you to begin to notice, and this is not any shame or blame, like please no, do not do that. But I just want you to begin to notice, is there parts of you or inner thoughts that are speaking to yourself in these ways that you do not like when other people speak to you or feel extremely hurt by? And the reason why I bring light to this is because that is the shift that happens inside, is when you start to notice. So maybe to start for practice, you could go spend some alone time and begin to connect with yourself, with your physical touch, with breath, with presence, and just notice what thoughts come up. Immediately, is there a thought that says like, oh, like you're gross? Or maybe there's a thought that's telling you to go quicker. And that's where you want to bring your attention and begin to soften, bring some loving awareness and gratitude to those parts of you that are there for a reason. We can dive into that another time, why they're there, where they come from. But for now, for today, I just want to bring attention to those patterns that are most likely coming up in the way that you connect with yourself in relation to what you are feeling unfulfilled in with your partner's relationships, love life, intimate life. And the more that you can begin to rewire this with yourself and with your own time, with your alone time, the more you're going to actually it's going to show up, and you're going to start to receive that which you desire. It's just going to start to shift, and it's going to feel like you're not even doing any of the work, but you are doing the work because you're doing that with yourself. So one of the biggest things for me personally was always this feeling like I was taking too long. I had this like inner voice that was rushing me and pressuring me all the time, like, you're taking too long. And that also connected with the story of just being too much, that I was too much for somebody. I was taking too long, to come to a heightened state of pleasure. I got to be careful with what I say on Instagram, but you know what I mean. and that's not ever how I wanted to experience my enjoyment. I wanted to take my time and surrender and relax and feel open. But I wasn't able to do that because I had this inner voice that was kind of like drill sergeanting me through that space, that alone time, and also that time with a partner. And the funny thing is that voice wanted me to get there faster, to have this experience, but instead it actually did the opposite. Like completely shut me down into not enjoying the experience and never being able to open to heart opening experiences and full surrender bliss. It's so hard not to say what I want to say. Censorship 101, you know what I'm talking about, so it's all good. That's why you're here on my page. So coming back, just to bring light, the more that you can connect with those parts of yourself and have a conversation. So now what I do when that comes up is I soften. First, I always soften. I always breathe. I always come back into my body, breathe into my heart, relax my body, let it know that it's okay, that everything's okay. I get to take all the time in the world, and I sort of just like self-soothe and speak my way through the anxieties and fears that are coming up. And even if you're with somebody else, you can do that internally. This is going to be mind-blowing for your experience. And just taking that time, a few seconds to like close your eyes and like, it's okay. We could take all the time that we need. There is no rush. There is no pressure. But most importantly, I was practicing this on my own first, right? It's so beautiful to practice on your own. It's going to be a lot easier to bring that into a space where there's another person, because then, when somebody else is around, you have to maneuver these different dynamics with another human. So starting with just yourself when you're alone, even like brushing your teeth in the mirror, like, can you slow down and not be in a hurry? Can you tell yourself that you're brushing your teeth so perfectly and impeccably, and like, oh my God, I love the way you brush your teeth, Drop into that thing that you're desiring and craving from the other person, but drop in with yourself, with your alone time, and just start to notice the thoughts that come up that you might have that are pressuring you and telling you that you're not good enough. And you can journal them down, even by bringing in the connection and awareness to that thoughts is going to begin the rewiring. And so it's bringing it from the subconscious into the consciousness, because when it's in the conscious or the subconscious, you're not going to really notice that it's happening. You're going to just be in the experience and thinking something's wrong or broken. But when you begin to bring awareness to it, you can then start to co-create what you actually desire. Would you prefer a voice that like is your inner cheerleader instead, and says that you're doing amazing, and that, that this person is so excited to be with you or else they wouldn't be there, and that your body is so worth touching and loving and slowing down to stroke and feel, and that you're so worth loving? And would you rather have that as your inner cheerleader during those intimate moments, You don't want like annoying Aunt Sue or creepy inner gremlin like in your bed with you. You'd rather have like the sexy seductress. At least that's what I think. So this is one of my biggest life hacks to getting your desires met, to finding the love of your life and being touched and met and felt in the ways that you desire, is to first like create that space within yourself. like specifically setting aside time to notice these things. And of course, there's so many other things, you know there is, but this is huge and I want you to start there. And please let me know how it goes. Let me know what you uncover so I can support you even deeper with the uncovering, the unveiling of some of the patterns that you notice within yourself. And please, coming back always, always, always to love and compassion. It is not wrong that you feel those things. It is not wrong that you have those thoughts. No. Now you just get to be with them. You get to be with them, shift them into what you actually desire, which is so exciting. And you get to bring love and compassion and awareness to them so that you can just, step into the you that is there underneath all the chaos that we all have. It's all good, don't worry. So I'm here for you. I'm here to guide you and teach you, oh my goodness, all the things that I have learned. I am here to offer you, and I'm sending you so much love and gratitude on your journey. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful, what you learned, and what was your favorite takeaway from this. I am so excited to share this this truth, this difficult truth, this truth that is so good. Loving you all so much. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.